French publication Mediapart's report has come out with an eye-opening revelation on the OCCRP on how it's being used to covertly attack Bharat's growth story. The report's based on the investigation on Sarajevo-based OCCRP Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project. This new report by Mediapart has claimed that the OCCRP is funded by the US government as well as organizations linked to George Soros. It also alleged that the conditions of funding include a veto power on key appointments in the organization. The BJP is using the Mediapart report to target the Congress party and the opposition. That means the I.N.D.I.A alliance. BJP claims that it appears that this covert deep state network has turned its attention to Bharat. The many reports by OCCRP focused on Bharat, which have been categorically dismissed by the Supreme Court, have only served the purpose of the Congress party and the issues it is raising. The BJP says that the Congress party, I.N.D.I.A alliance members, its leaders like Rahul Gandhi, Jairam Ramesh, Priyanka Chaturvedi, etc. have used unsubstantiated and wild reports by the OCCRP to sensationalize their own agendas, without any regard of how these compromised agencies may be working to damage Bharat's growth story. These leaders have used them for political mileage. The Mediapart report has revealed that the OCCRP has an annual budget of 20 million euros or 178 crore rupees and about 200 staff members. The organization has been used and also accused of sensationalism and bias, especially when its findings are used by opposition parties to criticize the ruling government. The OCCRP's roots back to a coup in the Philippines, where investigative journalism was utilized to achieve a regime change, suggesting a pattern of using journalism for political ends. The allegations leveled against the OCCRP highlight the lack of due process or sufficient evidence in some of the OCCRP's claims, particularly those related to offshore holdings and financial dealings. The operational influence, let's try and understand that. It's been pointed out that the organization's extensive network with major global media outlets and its role in events like the Panama Papers suggest a deep integration with US policy objectives. Its role in policy, the OCCRP not only reports but also influences policy through the Global Anti-Corruption Consortium or the GACC, which transits journalism into legal and policy actions, effectively functioning beyond traditional journalism into policy enforcement. Controversial sources of funding of the OCCRP have also been questioned. Some of them are the US government funding. OCCRP has been significantly funded by the US government, receiving at least $47 million since its inception, with the US providing about half of its budget annually despite claims of independence. Not only has George Soros openly claimed that he wants to destabilize Bharat and has announced $1 billion fund to support entities that are engaged towards this agenda, the Open Society Foundation, owned by George Soros, is one of the donors of the OCCRP. The BJP has further alleged Congress's obsession with anti-India forces enabling OCCRP's interference. The Congress leaders have regularly tweeted on almost all reports that have been published by the OCCRP. Going a step further, they have used the same reports to sensationalize issues in the parliament and create a ruckus to derail parliamentary proceedings. In 2021, it was the OCCRP's report which alleged that a software by the Israel's NSO group was being used to target and snoop on individuals by state agencies in various countries. The report, which was investigated by over 17 media organizations, all with some agenda of their own, contained names of individuals that were being targeted. Following these allegations, the Congress and its cronies raked up the hollow and pointless issue of government-endorsed snooping. On the 18th of July 2021, the Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project (OCCRP) began reporting on the Pegasus project, which alleged that the use of NSO Group's Pegasus spyware for unauthorized surveillance of activists, journalists and politicians was happening worldwide. In response, from the 19th of July, the Congress party in Bharat actively used this issue to critique the government, amplifying the narrative. However, on the 26th of August 2022, the Supreme Court of India announced that a technical committee that it had appointed found no conclusive evidence of Pegasus spyware in the 29 mobile phones that were examined, effectively debunking the claims made in the Pegasus fiasco regarding the Indian context. In spite of the issue being taken to the highest court of the land, the Congress refused to either cooperate or allow the House to continue functioning. They continued their attacks on the government. On the Hindenburg, once the Hindenburg reports came out, And the Congress party launched a scathing attack led by Rahul Gandhi, claiming that some Indian enterprises were involved in unfair means and were getting preferential treatment. Not only did the OCCRP publish unsubstantiated reports to support similar organizations that have been known to discredit enterprises and profit through short-selling shares, once this profit racket was revealed by SEBI, the OCCRP almost immediately began targeting other entities and interests. The Congress used these reports to cause a logjam in Parliament and began demanding a JPC or Joint Parliamentary Committee to investigate the Adani Group. The INC refused to budge and or allow Bharat's temple of democracy to function just because its scion Rahul Gandhi had raised the non-issue of the government's collusion with the Adani Group. This is what the BJP alleges. The OCCRP targeted enterprises in coal, power and mining sector. As a result, some of these organizations have shifted their operations outside Bharat, causing losses worth billions. Leaders like Jairam Ramesh have demolished all notions of impartiality and even defended the OCCRP. Priyanka Chaturvedi urging the government of India to request documents from OCCRP, an organization that was being questioned for its unsubstantiated claims against Indian enterprises. So the BJP naming these politicians and questioning their real intent. The economic fallout from OCCRP's reporting has led to public distrust in enterprises associated with those mentioned in its reports. The inclusion of Indian names in OCCRP's investigations has been damaging to the economic activity and investor confidence in this region. Such revelations, often framed with an unsubstantiated narrative of corruption and mismanagement, can lead to unwarranted reputational harm and economic repercussions. The motivated revelations stemming from the OCCRP's investigations into the Panama Papers and Pandora Papers were another instance of this group's activities. On the 1st of July 2021, the OCCRP published a report stating that Brazil had decided to cancel a significant $324 million contract for the Indian vaccine Covaxin due to allegations of irregularities and corruption in the deal. Following this, on the 2nd of July, the Indian Congress Party seized upon this report to further their narrative. Despite the news of suspension having been reported earlier in June, journalists aligned with the Congress ecosystem also latched on to the revelations. BJP is actually linking the Congress's plot to disrupt Parliament to the OCCRP plot. BJP is claiming that Congress party leader and also leader of the opposition in the House, Rahul Gandhi, has been known to visit foreign nations and speak against Bharat's achievements. BJP has said, while his lectures follow the now predictable trend of discrediting Indian institutions, the recent foreign tours of Mr. Gandhi have been questionable as he disappears for several days. Who he meets and what is discussed in those meetings. Moreover, most of the issues which have been raised by the Congress and Mr. Rahul Gandhi to disrupt Parliament have been reported first by the OCCRP and a similar organization or aligned organization. Salil Shetty, the BJP claims, is Vice President Global at the Open Society Foundations, one of the major funding agencies of the OCCRP, and Salil Shetty was also seen with Rahul Gandhi during the latter's Bharat Jodo Yatra. Rahul Gandhi held an event at the National Press Club in the USA during the former's visit. During the interaction with eminent personalities, Mr. Gandhi, as well as senior Congress members like Sam Pitroda, met and interacted with Bangladeshi journalist Mushfiqul Fazal Ansaray, notorious for his persistent anti-India questions during White House briefings. Previously, Ansaray served as Assistant Press Secretary to rabid India hater and former Bangladesh Prime Minister Khaleda Zia from 2001 to 2006. After Sheikh Hasina's exit from Bangladesh following what is now being seen as a foreign engineered regime change operation, Ansaray was appointed as an ambassador to the USA. It was only after this appointment that Ansaray returned to Bangladesh after an exile of over 10 years for his anti-national activities. Anand Mangnale, associated with the OCCRP, is alleged to have channeled funds from Chinese sources to Sharjeel Imam for involvement in the Delhi riots. Mangnale has ties to the Congress party, notably through fundraising activities, and this was part of the Delhi Protest Strategy Group, DPSG, which is suggested to have played a role in planning the riots. So these allegations made by the BJP, backed by what they claim are hard facts, pointing to a collusion between this questionable entity funded by perhaps not just the State Department but a foreign engineered deep state working to destabilize certain nations with a particular agenda, having its close links and collusion with the I.N.D.I. alliance or the principal opposition parties and its leaders here in Bharat.